Hey, everybody. We are back for another episode of the Man to Man podcast. This week on the program, we have the electrifying Daniel Atkins, Pastor D. Putting the D in Pastor D.
I'm electric.
And the tasty Patrick Dean. Love that guy. You should love him too. Because he's lovable.
Apparently edible too.
Edible. White. Welcome back to the show. Hey, this is our, is this the last episode?
This is the final bonus track for season 5.
Final bonus track for season 5.
And we could do one of those where, you know, with the hidden track, not the bonus track, but the hidden track. That you like, there's 3 minutes of dead air, and then all of a sudden another song starts playing, and you're like, wait a minute. What happened?
There we go. We're killing it today, guys.
Do you remember the first time that you discovered a hidden track on a CD?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, I don't remember what it was, but I remember that being a thing. Like you have to wait, 4 minutes after the last song. And then it's that, it's buried in there. I do remember. That's a good question what the first one was.
Dave Matthews had a couple hidden. And they were mostly just jams.
It's his thing, man.
Yeah.
It's his concert.
Yeah. No, mine was Pat Green. And I think the hidden track was...
Who's Pat Green?
Yeah. You have to look it up. I think the hidden track was Wave on Wave.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for the Pat Green fans out there, they'll know that I said it wrong. It's not Pat Green.
What is it?
Who is Pat Green, though?
He's got one of those given middle names.
Is it like a...
Look him up.
It's one that the fans have given him.
The fans.
Okay.
And it's explicit.
I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I was about to ask if that's one.
Oh. Don't know him, but...
You know the songs. If you heard the songs, you'd be... But
Is he country?
Yeah.
He's wearing a denim shirt, so that was kind of a...
But he came,
giveaway.
he had a brief moment where he came up and he was top 40 hits guy on country, but he's always been this sort of an outlaw. Mm-hmm. But not like Waylon Jennings outlaw, but like I'm not going to play by Nashville's.
Right. Yeah.
So
kind of like Morgan Wallen.
No.
Outlaw,
probably not.
No. Throwing chairs off of buildings.
He's not an outlaw.
Trying to kill
He's just
police.
a drunk.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Completely
just a
different.
drunk. Pat Green
My
is
favorite
known...
thing is that spot at Eric Church's bar right afterwards, they put up a sign that says, "Don't even think about it. You're not Morgan Wallen."
Let's see. I'm just looking up discography.
Yeah.
He's won some Grammys. Mm-hmm. Or nominated. He's been nominated for Grammys. He's not won a Grammy yet.
Yeah. The Cannonball album
Cannonball,
and What I'm For album are two excellent albums.
Okay.
Look at you, man. Feels just like it should.
Yep.
Dixie Lullaby.
Yep.
And Way Back to Texas.
Whoa. Yeah. It's not Way Back to Texas, just Way Back Texas.
Way Back Texas.
You guys heard it here. Pat Green
There you go. Somebody's already figured it out.
Is good. Got some albums out there worth listening to.
Yeah. Oh, he sang with Sarah Evans.
Oh.
Okay.
Sarah Evans. It's Jay Barker's wife.
But I've heard of her.
Ex-wife. Middle.
No. They're back together.
They're back together.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah, that went crazy. And then
it leveled out.
It came back.
It leveled out.
Super crazy. Like somebody tried to kill somebody.
I just can't quit you.
My windshield was foggy.
Oh, he did sing. Okay. He sang with Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
That's the only one out of those names that I recognize. All right. Moving
Cool.
on.
All right, Pat Green. Well, how did we?
I'm gonna go listen to him today.
Yeah,
Just
that was my first experience with Hidden Track. Like,
Hidden Track.
Pop the CD
There
in,
we
listen
go.
in, and then all of a sudden it's like just random acoustic track comes on, and I'm like, "Ooh, I like this." So I start looking at the the back of the disc to figure out what the song is, and it's not listed. And I'm like, "I'm 9 minutes in. Like,
Yeah.
what is this?"
it's a happy little surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tasty little treats
It was.
at the end of those old CDs.
Tasty little treats. Hidden track. Not to
gems.
be confused
Hidden
with the bonus episode.
This is a letdown.
So we have been collecting questions from the audience
From one audience.
all season long.
Thank you, Stephen Monk.
And thank you to all of you who submitted your questions into the box.
Cup.
The cup.
It was check the tape. It was originally supposed to be a box.
Things happen
Yeah.
It was.
And then
out of my control.
And then it was
out of your control.
I tried to take a.
there was literally nothing more in your control.
I tried to take a box
if
out
you
of
go back
here.
and check the tape, we said nobody else is allowed to do it because Daniel won't do it.
I tried to get a box, but Matthew wouldn't let me out of here. It had some stuff in it, but I tried. I tried.
I didn't. What,
All right, move on.
wasn't it a Kleenex box?
No, it was that box over there with cables.
Yeah, it's tools in it. I got some
Yeah.
tools in a box.
That's what they make an actual toolbox for. That's just a
If you're-
cardboard box.
If you're the new
Strangely,
member,
that's Jessica's dad's tools that I pulled out of his house. I know he's not using them anymore. He's
No, but that's fantastic, though. Put them on that desk.
they're on that desk in a box.
Well, I needed a box, and you weren't willing to help.
weren't willing to spare.
So it's my fault.
So I tried, guys.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I mean, you did put
It's
out a
my
cup when you couldn't find a box.
He put out a cup,
Or there were many cups, and I was asked.
and they were all the identical cups.
Somebody said, "Which one is it?" I said, "Just pick one."
So if you're one of our new members who happen to find this podcast and wondering why that random sheet of paper with a random nonsensical question was on there,
Digital's so much better because it helps people engage with the app. That's what we're trying to do, right?
I mean, we're just asking him to email it.
Same difference. All right.
no. We did ask them to email it, and then we found out
We couldn't get those.
Couldn't get into the email.
Was it a
So
thing?
there may be
We got them now.
a whole bunch of questions out there that we'll never know.
I don't know.
it'll come out in
said
somebody's
maybe.
AI chat at some point in time. All right. Well, let's just jump into it. We've got these questions. We've asked y'all. We appreciate y'all listening and submitting. So we're just going to take them, and then we're going to close out this season. Look forward to what's coming next season.
With no Joseph.
Yeah. No Joseph.
It is Joseph's birthday. so
Happy birthday, Jojo.
Joseph.
Is there supposed to be a
Yeah.
sound effect played right there?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
But he was, he's changed. He's flipping.
I was
camera.
waiting
we
for
were
that.
both waiting for the
Yeah.
applause. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jojo.
So many buttons.
Oh, I turned the
even
volume down.
too late. Kind of
Yeah.
lost its
It was a little
momentum.
young. If you're interested in volunteering for the podcast, being a production assistant, email men@taylorroad.org.
We forgot that on the brochure, the commitment card.
Yeah.
I know. I tried to pencil it in. That's just got an elbow. You can't do that.
Did you really? Okay. All right.
So, why is this your favorite podcast?
Why is this my favorite podcast?
I mean, that's the question. What's on our minds is the episode. That was what we were asked to talk
Right.
about.
Stephen Mock wants
Wait.
to know why is it his favorite?
It's his favorite podcast or my favorite podcast?
Well, I'm assuming. I mean, all right. So the full context was, why is this my favorite podcast? And I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, he did say he listens to lots of podcasts.
So
I would like to know the genre of podcast that he listens to.
I can tell you.
Is this giving out
Steven,
private information?
I don't know if I should say sorry for this, but I'm going to just remove the curtain. Pull back the curtain. Stephen Mock loves to watch reality show like refreshers or like recaps.
Okay.
And so I didn't ask specifically which reality shows.
It's probably because this is a reality show.
I was about to say
as
that
you watch this-
absolutely makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Because this is like his reality,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like, so what?
You're watching a disaster unfold right here before you every week.
A disaster.
All right.
It's great because every week now it makes so much sense because every week there's usually some off the camera, off the recording conversation that spills over into,
Yeah.
but only in bits and pieces. It's
Right.
Like you're getting a little bit of the taste, but without getting the full context.
I like
of
it.
watching the show.
What else does he watch or listen to?
He said that was a healthy amount of that.
Okay.
And then our podcast, the Man to Man podcast. So
So the intake is reality show recap
yeah.
and us.
Yeah. And well, a couple sermons. He has a couple.
Okay. So preachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple preachers. So
Stephen, first of all, thank you for being a loyal listener,
Absolutely.
watcher now. Secondly,
I
there
credit,
may be
by the way,
something wrong with your mental health if
I
this is your favorite.
I credit Steven's peer pressure for the reason that we have the setup that we are ending this season with.
Okay.
I mean, we are on YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah.
With multiple camera angles.
What's our
We
viewership?
have, we have a whole new desk setup, so Matt is not like just completely overwhelmed.
How many views do we have? And if the question is, why is this my favorite podcast?
Yeah. So why is it your favorite podcast?
No, I never said it was.
Oh man.
I don't, just full disclosure.
Have you ever listened to the Man to Man podcast?
No. No.
Okay.
Because I'm here listening to it. Excuse me, as we go.
As we go.
So why?
The one that launched today, just a couple hours ago, already has 10 views
We're double digits, baby.
on the
That's-
on the YouTubes.
That's just the views. It doesn't count all the listens.
Oh,
That's not all the podcast listeners.
this
That's
is
just
YouTube.
just YouTube.
Who is out there waiting for these things
Who's
to
hit
drop?
this 8 times? I mean, this is great.
Stephen, all right, Stephen Mock, I want to hear from you. How many times do you watch this?
We average
Matt's
about
got it on repeat downstairs. in
we
his
average
office.
about 40 something views.
So between Matthew and Stephen,
Oh, it must have fell off because we had like 80 the first week.
We had 107 on that first one. So a lot of energy on that first one. Fell off.
Yeah, what was our retention rate?
Okay.
If it goes down to 45, then we know that there's a problem. That Stephen, this should not be your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
The evidence is
that or we just need to stop.
Yeah.
We've lost over half of our audience.
10 plus hours of watch time.
Who wants to do that?
Okay, typical
I don't know that
performance.
you can say that you haven't seen or
I've been in here.
listened.
I know us.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been seen by 1,600 people on their.
Shut up.
Yeah. Holy.
When does this thing start getting monetized? That's what I want to know. I want to be Mr. Beast.
Well, we gotta create our own channel, and so
What's stopping us?
a missions conference was a little bit of a
Pastoral
speed bump.
approval. You missed,
If this were my only
You got it, my
job,
guy.
pastoral approval.
1,600 engagements.
or impressions, yeah. Most people watch the entire thing.
Over how
Yeah.
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Listen,
Impressions
hey.
are not views though.
Impressions aren't views.
That's just how many people. So like when you search,
That's how many
Right,
people
right.
saw it
Something
go
about
across
it,
their
yeah.
YouTube feed.
Hey, everybody watching, I love you. I don't know that there's been we've talked about substance and depth a little bit, but not like what we typically do on a normal season, right? Normally we have like a subject and What are you people doing with your lives?
I think this is evidence of what the people want, Dan.
This is, hey.
They don't want the substance.
I've said this multiple times this year. I've had more feedback on this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Than any other season.
It's been funny.
Guys, we love y'all. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I think it's amazing that people are watching.
Tune in, people.
And that people are even engaging at all with this. This is ridiculous. I feel like this is me like taking a cigarette break at work. Right?
And y'all,
it's like, this is what I
And you're flabbergasted that I haven't gone back and watched any. And you describe it like that. Of course I
I'm
have.
just saying that's how I enjoy this. This is relaxing.
Okay.
Even though like I can feel stressed, I'm also relaxed.
At some point, I do want to talk about when are we going to come back and film? You said like in a month from now?
Yeah, we'll come back.
We'll need to do a debrief of our coaching career. That's going to be, I want to put together a highlights show for the people.
Well, are we going to wait till the end or are we going to?
By the time we start filming again, it should be towards the end.
It'd be close.
Yeah. So,
But we'll be on our playoff run by then.
yeah. Hey, if anybody feels charitable, we could use a gymnasium at Eastwood.
That's pretty charitable.
So, hey, man, every little bit counts.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody that's listening to this feels charitable, there's a Greater Things Fund.
That's exactly. I was actually about to say that. Seriously, for everybody watching,
Give first to the Greater Things Fund.
I'm personally very excited about the project that we're undertaking, but at the same time, you know, stepping out in faith, having to take out a loan and all that good stuff is a little nerve-wracking, but we have a lot of good, generous people here at Taylor Road, and we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be great. But I think it's one of those things where if you're a Taylor Road member and you're watching this, I think it's gonna be one of those things where we're not really gonna, when we go back in there after the work's done, it's gonna be like, why did we not do this a long time ago? I mean, it's gonna be so, I don't know the right adjective to use, but it's gonna be amazing. Just the upgrade and being good stewards of what God's given us. I'm excited about it. And the fact that we're not going to have 15 to 20 house lights out at a given time.
Currently, there are 18 out.
See, I knew it was that
Counted
range.
Sunday.
Yeah.
It was.
And there will be more out this Sunday when we go in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And we won't have to get lifts in there to change the bulbs.
And I know for a fact, just Friday night at the missions conference, I counted 4 times when everything just kind of flickered.
Yeah.
Are they going to be on a pulley system? How are you going to change the bulbs?
There's no bulbs.
It's LED.
Maybe that's the next season is we just talk about this whole process.
Let's get Tyler in here.
I was like,
Tyler would totally do this.
hey, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Please don't.
I'm not gonna do it.
Thanks, Pat.
We'll talk about how awesome it is.
Beep him out real quick. It's going to be great. It's going to be really good.
It's going to be
All
fun.
right.
A lot of work.
It's
a
what
lot
I
of
think.
fun.
I think my take on anybody who listens to our podcast is and actually enjoys it. Like they're faithful. They're waiting for Monday to hit so they can check out the new episode. It's because I think that we're starving as Christians for Christian men that can cut up, have fun, talk about real things, but also joke about all of it and not like we're not tied. We especially this season, we've talked about everything from biblical context, you know, humor being too dark to assassinations to
AI.
the Final Four of college football. Like we've talked about it all. And last week we talked about it all again.
Yeah, that was a fun one. We really missed you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It would have been 2.5 hours long if Daniel would have.
It was already over an hour.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's probably why the viewership.
Hour and 13 minutes. Longest podcast
Yeah.
of the season or ever.
I think ever, maybe.
Ever for us.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Can't wait to listen.
I think we're gonna tie him down.
Make me watch.
Actually, we'll bring this up. We'll talk about it. But first episode of the next season, we just sit here and make Daniel listen to that
be
hour long one.
But a watch party.
Yeah.
Go it through. But I think that's what it is. I think, especially like you talk about somebody who's watching this podcast or based off of reality in life, like this is your reality in life. You know the people in this room, you know who we are, and you get a little bit of our personalities that you don't always get on a Sunday morning or even a Wednesday night. So
we're real. Okay, that was it. That was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks for that question, Stephen.
all right. Question number 2.
That's it.
And this
And
is the real one.
that's why we're his favorite podcast.
Here's the good one. This is something we've talked about a lot. I've talked with Stephen about this a lot. How can we build the men's ministry at Taylor Road?
We need buy-in.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. We need buy-in. So there's 100 of you watching. We need 100 of you to show up. There it is.
Show up for what?
It's whatever we're doing.
Okay. Whatever.
For the podcast. Show up
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we need a live audience.
Mondays at 11:30.
Dude, we could do like Brick and Bubba used to do with the golden ticket seats. And it'd be that wooden chair right there.
Or the floor.
Got a couple of bean bags that were just donated to the youth. That'd be awesome. You remember when Andrew Wesley used to just sit behind our shoulder?
Yeah.
I saw Andrew this past week.
I think it'd be funnier for the camera angle if they just had to sit like behind us and just sit there.
On little short chairs behind y'all in tall chairs. I love that.
That'd be great.
Like little kids.
We talked to Andy Blanks about this at the end of last season, and he was like, you just got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to that point, right, we're trying to be consistent in what we're offering, whether that's Wednesday nights, whether that's the podcast, whether that's the events that we do have, right? I think the question that's at the heart of that is how do we get men to come to the events that aren't the big fellowship gatherings that we do 3 times a year? How do we get them to come to the Sunday morning prayer, coffee and prayer? How do we get them to come to the Thursday lunches? And I don't know.
It's commitment. Commitment. That's what I would say. Buy-in. Man, we just need buy-in. The why. Why do we do this? And I think that's been communicated. But it's just commitment.
Have you ever participated in something like that you weren't leading?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, like I'm always, whether I'm not out front as the pastor,
Yeah.
technically I'm leading or expected.
Yeah.
So no, I mean.
Okay. Matt,
Hey, baby.
have you ever participated in something like that, monthly, weekly gathering that you weren't leading?
I've been to a couple of smaller events or events at other churches. Maybe a couple of the men's events here many years ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't mean like at the men's events that we're doing at Taylor Road. I mean just in general, like in your, because what I'm trying to add, like, right, it's easy for me as somebody who's leading it or somebody like you to go, all right, yeah, well, sure, I've done them. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to figure out what drew people to the things that they were willing to go to. Mm-hmm. Right? How do we tap into what draws people to these things?
yeah, unfortunately, I think part of it is the bigger event entertainment aspect, is easy. It's a low commitment, I can just show up. I don't have to be one of 10 people. I could be one of 50 or 100 people or something. And I'll pay $7 and eat whatever they have and get to hear from whoever they have. But to take it a step further, and I think based on our conversations in the past, what we want to do is start with the small group, discipleship times or different things like that, and then have the bigger events for, for other things. I think maybe having more, larger events, or just events where people are just lower buy-in and you're not having to pray or read a Bible out loud or put 2 cents in on theology. Or we could just start doing the podcast live and just sell tickets.
I think people in general need low hanging fruit. And
yeah,
I mean, you think about, like, it's easy to 1,600, whatever was it, engagements, impressions, and how many watches, on average. That's easy to do when you're in the car or you're just sitting at work or whatever, and that's kind of low hanging fruit because you can stop it, you can start it, not anything asked. So I do think people respond well to that, and then funneling them into more consistent discipleship.
All right.
Anyway,
there we go.
what else we got?
Now we got the tough one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm out of coffee.
Yeah.
So.
This one is this is the real one. We know it's a problem. I've certainly heard you talk about it and preach about it being an issue. Pornography addiction in the church and how to help.
Yeah. Are we starting with how to help?
I mean, I'm good with that.
I mean, it is a problem.
Yeah.
Especially in, the world that we live in, where there's I think a extra layer of secrecy. Whereas, back when we were coming up in the 1900s, the only access you really had to pornography was in print, right? Or videos, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so you actually had to go out. I mean, I can remember growing up going to Blockbuster, and there was that top row, and it was like half the box was covered up.
Ours had that back room.
Yeah. There's the back room too at Movie Gallery, but there was that act of, you had to go in public, and you had to purchase that or rent that or whatever that may be. Whereas now, it's right here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so accessible. So I think that, but I also think the problem is we're males, especially, are exposed to it so early. So I think, obviously I think pornography is an issue, but I think lust is the bigger issue. And so I mean, just for me personally, I can remember in 8th grade being exposed to a Playboy magazine at school, and from that moment, kind of that sexual attraction, if that's even the word, began to be deviated, right? So I can like think back to a specific moment where lust became the fight. So I think it's exposure at an early age. I think it's easy accessibility, and I think that there's because it is so easily accessible, it is so easily more addictive, right? So I think those are kind of the components where we have to deal with lust, the core issue. So the core issue is not your pornography addiction. The core issue is lust. The core issue is, and if it is an addiction, why are you feeding a hurt or an emptiness, or, I believe that addiction is amplified in people's lives because there's something missing or something hurt, that we're turning to, whether it's substance or, pornography or whatever that may be, that we're trying to cope with. And that is what we use to cope with whatever hurt or pain, loss, whatever that may be. So I think in terms of how we help in the church, I think there's the spitting incident. Sorry, as my ADD. There's a TV on. Anyway, I think obviously there is a bit of there is a shame and guilt involved with that, and I don't know that there's anything you can do or say to help ease that with somebody. I think we can say all day that we want to be a church where you can be open and you can be free. And in a men's small group on a Wednesday night, this is, the judgment-free zone. But still, there's still that shame. And it doesn't matter how many times you tell me, there's still that internal battle. Here at Taylor Road, we've got a guy named Chris who does a lot of one-on-one discipleship with guys that are struggling with that. I know there's a ministry that one of our guys invited me to go hear about, and they've got locations. It's not Celebrate Recovery, but it is kind of driven towards pornography and sexual addiction. So there are ministries out there, and there are ministries locally. So we've got that resource here at Taylor Road with Chris, and we've got the access to that other ministry. But I think recognizing that it is a problem, recognizing that there are men in our church that struggle with it, whether you call that an addiction or not. Every man at some point struggles with lust, right? I mean, it's just, that's the brokenness of God's good design. But I think reminding men that there is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't excuse the sin, and that doesn't justify the sin. But I think the pathway to freedom from addiction is understanding that in Christ I am forgiven. And I can walk in freedom. So forgiveness and freedom from that sin, but freedom also from condemnation. So I think, I don't know, man, maybe I'm just rambling, but,
well, I think so much of it is, it's just like a drug. It's just drug abuse. You have one hit of that chemical,
dopamine,
and it is like a rush, and you're like, well, you're going to chase that again. And that's the one thing I think that keeps men in. Now, I think like what you said, when you have therefore there is no condemnation, that is, your exit ramp. Like, okay, like I am not condemned, so I don't have to stay in this cycle of shame or cycle of bad decisions. There is an exit ramp. And when you're trusting the Lord and those kind of, addiction scenarios, could be alcohol, could be drugs, could be porn, it could be anything, you need an off ramp. And I think off ramps are going to be in the relationships with people you trust, that you can say, hey, I'm struggling, and you're giving them the ability to step into your life and say, hey, we're going to put the pride down. We're going to put shame down. We're going to walk through this together. Hey, I'm going to call you. We're going to check up on you. We're going to have serious, tough conversations, but also knowing just internally, like this doesn't have power over me. This could be habitual. This could be, just making poor decisions, but it doesn't have to have power over me. And I think just having those off ramps, having the people that you trust can get you out of those cycles. But the cycle of shame is strong. That's a strong.
And I think that we do that to ourselves.
Yeah.
So in my encounters with men, especially in this area, the shame is not
The
external.
River Region area.
Well, no, Taylor Road. I mean, like the shame is not external; it's internal. Yeah. In other words, what I mean by it is like we could be in a group together, and one of us say, "Hey, I'm struggling with this pornography or lust or whatever," and like if that was me in this circle, I know not everybody here well enough, but just in my experience, it's not that you guys are piling shame on me. You're piling grace and forgiveness and restoration and healing.
Right.
But that shame is coming from in here.
Right.
To keep me in the dark, right? In the shadows. So I think that's
because I know how bad I am.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's because I know what I've done or
I'm
whatever.
I'm the worst sinner I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna pile that shame on.
Right.
And unforgiveness because why would God forgive me?
Right.
I mean, after all this, and we just get that.
Yeah. I heard a guy this morning on it was a sermon clip. He's a Scottish Presbyterian minister. And he was saying, there are people in this church that struggle with the doubt that maybe my faith isn't great enough to save me. And he said, your faith isn't great enough to save you. Your Savior's great enough to save you.
Amen to that.
And I kind of translated that even in my own thinking, like my repentance or God's grace isn't enough to forgive me for the 1,000th time or the 1,000,000th time. And that's a low, Quintel talked about this yesterday. That's a low view of God.
Yeah.
Right. That's when we start kind of turning it back into a works-based forgiveness and grace. And God is the fountain of mercy. I love that imagery in the Psalms, that God is the fountain of steadfast love. Man, like a fountain that never quits producing.
There's a minister I was listening to who I don't think he was talking about porn specifically or addiction specifically, but he was talking about pride. And he was like, who are you to think you are the only one God's grace isn't going to be sufficient for? Who are you to think that you have wiggled your way into this little spot that God's grace cannot fit? And it's so true, because you get in that place where you kind of get into your own head. You think I'm the only one, and God doesn't love me. Yeah, there's no
He's done with me.
Forgiveness, and it's not. It's not like that. It's not. We got to break that.
We do.
Everything y'all said. The only thing that I'll add is that this issue, particularly, I'm going to go back to the lust, it's probably the only issue of addiction or any of that where the only chance of escaping the world shoving it in your face is to live as a hermit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you may remember that instance in 8th grade, but that's because you finally got the veil lifted behind the other stuff you had seen that was clothed, and you were like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And the mystery came off, but you were like, the world shoves it out. This happened in the Georgia whatever football game, right? Like everything is shoving it in your face. And hey, the women are shoving it in your face.
Yeah, raising a son, it scares me.
Yeah. And it's so like you can own the accountability. You can have an accountability partner, but like, I think for anybody out there listening, like, I think all I would say is that like the men that are willing to walk beside you in this are aware that like it is extremely.
We're in this fight too.
Yeah, like it's because it's always
Right.
in front of you.
We may be at different levels of the fight,
Yeah.
but the fight of lust and the temptation of that is something like you just said. I don't know that we're ever going to be freed from in terms of the presence of that around us until Jesus comes back. Yeah. So, I mean, like any man that can look you in the face and say, I'm never tempted by that.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even want to talk to you because you're lying. You know?
Yeah.
I don't trust liars.
No.
But no, in raising an 11-year-old son, you try to shield them and you try to guard them. But like you said, I mean, you kind of have that hypersensitivity now as a dad to the stuff that's on TV.
Oh,
And that, you're like, oh man, it's especially at his age, and he knows the birds and the bees, and he's starting to connect those dots. And it's now, I mean, it's also helpful when you're explaining stuff in nature. So he was asking me the other day, he's like, what's the rut, Dad?
Oh.
And I was like, well, buddy, you remember that?
Seen the Discovery Channel?
Remember that? You remember that talk
for the
we
rest
had?
of your life.
You remember that talk we had?
What's that mean?
Ted
How much
Kinney.
easier? No, but seriously, on this discussion, how much easier would it be in your life if it was 2 weeks out of the year, a month out of the year, where it was all you could focus on?
Just 1 month, 2 months out of every year, every man just goes out into the woods and just locks themselves in a box.
Think about how much easier it would be. Well, I tell you what, this goes back to the question we had last week or the week before. We'd make it to Mars because the collective willpower of mankind
You remember
would be able to focus for 11 months out of the year.
There's that episode of Seinfeld where George stays celibate.
Yeah.
And he accomplishes more. Like he's giving speeches. He's like just genius. Yeah,
If I
you're right.
recall, what's his name was the first to give up.
No, that's a different episode. Okay. We'll talk about that one off camera.
No, I think it's the same one. I think
No,
it's
it's not. It's not.
Kramer.
Kramer?
Kramer
Trust
doesn't
me.
make it a
No. It's different
You're not going
episodes.
to make it a day.
Different episodes, guys. Trust me on this. I'm the Seinfeld connoisseur here.
You are a Seinfeld connoisseur.
Like seriously
telling you.
though, from your son's perspective, right? He is entering a phase where for the next 20 years of his life,
40.
yeah, no, listen. Hopefully you can start to, but 20 years, like it is gonna be
Raging.
a constant battle
Raging.
over his mind.
And hormones.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, man, let's tame this.
Yeah.
If you can.
you were created
You were, yeah.
for that purpose, to have that drive, to have that
But
passion.
everything in the world is bending it towards the wrong direction.
right.
Yeah, like towards.
Corrupted.
And that's why we have to surrender.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Got to surrender.
And I think, honestly, like as a dad, being honest with your kids about like, this is a present evil around you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a present evil around me. So we've got to put safeguards up.
Yeah.
And creating, I know we're talking about our church here, but I think within our own families.
Oh yeah.
Son, don't be ashamed to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's no condemnation. Because for every struggle you admit to me, I can give you 10 that I've, so that's. Now I will tell you, Ted Kinney gave him the best advice last year when we were hunting.
Ted
So
Kinney.
Ted, if you're one of these boys, this was before.
I'll send this to Ted. He won't.
This was before Grady and I had our father-son conversation. It was last deer season, and Ted said something about being in heat. And Grady, we were in Ted's truck, and Grady said, "What's that mean?" And Ted, without even blinking,
Raised 3 sons.
he looked at Grady and said, "Son, you chase the wrong doe, you'll catch a bullet." And he looked at him and said, "And that will make full sense to you in about 5 years." And I was like, that's maybe the greatest. You chase the wrong doe, you'll probably catch a bullet.
Yeah.
I love it. But that's what the devil wants, man. He wants us chasing.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
whether that's physical, whether we are physically sexually promiscuous or even in the area of pornography, you're gonna catch a bullet. Like that is a guarantee from the Bible. Your sin will find you out. And not just that exposure, but the consequences. Even if you aren't physically exposed in terms of people finding out or whatever that may be, the scars, right, that sin leaves. There's nothing positive.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is it.
Wow.
For season 5 of the Man to Man podcast.
Can you play closing time?
But we're coming up on starting up season 6.
It's going to be a banger. I don't even know what it's going to have, but I have a feeling.
Matt brought up a couple weeks ago that we need to talk about what that looks like.
Yeah.
Talk about what looks like.
What we're going to do for season 6.
Oh, yeah, probably. Having a plan never hurts.
So
we do know that there will be a highlight episode of basketball, girls basketball.
Well, one of the
we
things
do have a 360 layup that we can show.
We're interested in hearing from you, our audience, as to what you would like from us next season. I know some of the things that Matt and I have kicked around are more of a segmented podcast. So we do segments in each week. So we bring some of the real world, whatever it is, what's on your mind version of this episode into the podcast. But we could also go back to the theological, the spiritual, the scriptural, have a 20-minute segment on something, a theme for that we're going through, whether that's a book of the Bible or something along those lines. That's an option on the table. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we've talked about for a couple of years now, but now that I think with this setup, I think we really got to get on board next year is any of our special guests that come to Taylor Road, get them in here. We do a podcast with.
Yeah.
It's going to require more commitment on our part to figure that around the schedule, but
it's probably good that we didn't do that with Quintel Hill because this thing would have been off.
Oh man, I would have loved to have Quintel.
What made me just mad yesterday
we needed Quintel.
Was listening to him and going,
really, all those guys.
How do we not have a podcast with him?
It would have been amazing.
It would have been
amazing.
We would have had to retire after that.
That's fine. That might have been sent us viral. And
yeah, we would have been just
Q.
Yeah.
Getting him to tell some Jameis Winston stories.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool.
Absolutely. But let us know what you think.
Yeah, email us.
We want to hear. Email us, men@taylorroad.org. Don't forget to connect with the Man to Man ministry on the app. Go to Taylor Road app. Go to Connect. Go to Man to Man. Stay up to date with everything that we got going on. Next month, we'll be hitting it again with Sunday morning prayer and coffee before worship service and men's lunch. Join us next month for that. Until season 6, catch you next time.
Peace.